All right, we are live. Hello, everybody. Get everything set up. We're still testing and working things out with the technology, so bear with us. And today it's titled "Anxiety in Real Life." Um, CBD is known to help with anxiety, so we thought that bringing you real life anxiety would be a good way to start. Linda's actually preparing dinner right now in the kitchen. I haven't eaten in a while. And I was asking her, when are we going to get this thing going? So, anxiety to me is um, a fear of the future, not knowing what's going to happen, thinking about it. How's it going to play out? All the many different ways it potentially could work out. And look at this.
Well, hello.
It actually worked out. No, you have to go backstage for a minute.
Okay.
Bring you on. mute your phone also. Normally we're supposed to, or maybe turn the volume down on your computer so it doesn't echo for me. Because we want to be able to, normally we're doing this with guests that'll be in different locations, and we have a great list of doctors, educators, cannabis experts, health and wellness experts that want to talk to you, that you'd love to hear, and we're going to use this technology to get there. But I do have a special guest here with Linda in the kitchen cooking, and she's going to talk to us a little bit about anxiety and CBD. And let's bring her on here, Linda.
Well, hello. Can you hear me and see me?
Yes, you're in there. I can see you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So the topic of the day is CBD and anxiety. I heard your definition of anxiety as being worried about something in the future. Is that right?
Yes, that is right. Anxiety is the fear of the future.
Fear of the future.
Yes.
Right. So that's a really good definition of anxiety. Sometimes people think of anxiety as overthinking or ruminating or obsessing, and oftentimes, rather than being in the present moment, thinking about or fearing things, like you said, in the future that may or may not happen, and more likely than not won't happen. And like that's one type of anxiety. There's also situational anxiety, where people get really, really nervous before public speaking or taking a test or going on an airplane. And then there's other kinds of anxiety, like separation anxiety. More often than not, we think about our dogs as having separation anxiety, but kids can have that as well. And really, people of all ages can experience that sort of anxiety. There are lots of different kinds of anxiety, but one thing they do have in common is being distracted, being fearful, and physical symptoms that often accompany these thoughts. So, an accelerated heart rate, sweating, stomach ache, nausea, sometimes dizziness, and just being very distracted and unfocused. And CBD has a role in helping to treat the symptoms of anxiety because it is known as and proven as an anti-anxiolytic plant medicine. So because one of the main roles of CBD is to interact with your body to create homeostasis or balance, CBD interacts with these transmitters in your body, or CBD receptors, that modulate these emotions, these symptoms, these feelings, these thoughts, to help communicate with your body and bring you back into a place of equanimity or homeostasis or balance. So a lot of people take CBD tinctures or capsules or other products to help them deal with symptoms of anxiety. Does that answer the question, or have I rambled on too long?
Oh, well, I'm not the best judge of that. I can listen to you talk all day long, but we'll get feedback hopefully from any listeners that are here listening or tuning in later, they have the opportunity to put in comments. If you're on Facebook listening on the Understanding CBD page or on the Understanding CBD YouTube page, you can type in comments and we'll see them live here. If you're in the Understanding CBD Facebook group, which is a private group, those comments won't show up here. So if you are typing in on that group, we'll be able to get back to you later.
Yes.
But what are some of the, let's take CBD aside for a minute. And what are some things that current people do that deal with their anxiety without CBD in the picture?
So there are lots of options. You could go to your doctor and get one of many recommendations for a pharmaceutical that would help you deal with your symptoms of anxiety. There are different categories. I'm not a pharmacist or a doctor, but we've all heard of the Xanaxes and the Clonopins and all those benzos that are given out for people who complain of anxiety, but not everyone wants to go down that path, and for understandable reasons, of course. So there are lots of different natural approaches. One of the best things that you could do when you feel anxiety or symptoms of it rising is pause, acknowledge how you're feeling. Maybe take some deep breaths in and out through your nose. Maybe if you're feeling really anxious, do strong exhales or do various patterns of breathing that can help center you and create some calm in your body. And then once you feel a little bit more calm, you're better able to make decisions for the next step, right? So there's that trigger that causes the anxiety. If you can recognize it and bring yourself to a centered place, you've created some time and space for decision making to determine what you're going to do next.
Got it. So there's some medications that you can take, and there's some natural things that you can do. The natural things seem to be the last thing that most people think about. Like, they don't think that the solution is as simple as just counting to 10 and breathing.
It's got to be too easy if all you have to do is breathe and you don't have to
Yeah,
go
it
like
seems like the
get
last
drugs.
thing. The
Like,
last thing. Now the drugs, and we were speaking with someone earlier that it's, you would think that the drugs would be an easy solution, as you go to the doctor and he gives you a pill for certain things, but it's really not that easy, because not only are there side effects with any drug that you're going to take, but finding the right one for your situation is also difficult, and aligning that with the pharmacy and your prescription plan and all this other stuff. You quite often find yourself in a situation with medication for one condition that either causes another condition or it's just not right. So it's really up to you to determine and give feedback to, if it's your healthcare provider or whatever, to make sure that you get the right solution. And I wouldn't expect it to be a hey doc, I have anxiety. Oh, here's the anxiety, because everyone's a little bit different, right?
well, interestingly, psychiatric medications are given out as major trial and error as the prescribing doctrine. Like, you don't take a blood test to determine which mental health condition you have, and nobody gives you a brain scan to determine what part of your brain may need medication and what kind. So it's really a huge guessing game. So you might be put on an anxiety med, maybe it doesn't work, so they'll put you on an antidepressant, then a different anxiety med, and then something else. Before you know it, you're down that polypharmacy path, and you're on a wake-up pill, a go-to-sleep pill, an anxiety pill, a depression pill. It's very, very common. It happens. And that's because there's no singular solution for any of these things. It's usually a multi-pronged and at least partially holistic approach. You have to pay attention to your sleep, your diet, your thoughts, your physical activity. So if you're looking for a magic bullet, a pill that will solve your problems, that's going to be a long and hard journey. So
Got it. All right. Well, I think we're at almost at the 10-minute mark. I wanted to keep it below that. We covered a little bit about what anxiety is, some things people can do for anxiety, both natural and pharmacy routes. Cannabis can be great once you get the right product. Still takes, it's a natural approach, and getting the dosing right is important. So if you need help with that, reach out to us here at Understanding CBD or Wallman's Apothecary. We can help you, and if not, we can direct you to people that can.
That's right.
So thank you very much, Linda, for joining us live from the kitchen, and I hope everything is going well in there, and nothing's
No
burning back
fires.
there, or nothing. Dinner's going to be great. I can't wait to try it.
Broccoli
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. You're not eating that. That's just for me.
for you.
That's right. Well, thanks everybody, and we're going to end this now.